Yo, what's going on YouTube? We back at it with another video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, drop a comment down below on what you want next. Today we're talking about something almost every grower or plant owner eventually is going to see, and that's yellow leaves. You walk in, check in on your plants, everything was looking green a couple days ago, then suddenly you notice a leaf turning yellow, then another one, and immediately you start wondering, what did I do wrong? But yellow leaves don't automatically mean your plant is dying. Your plant is giving you a signal, and it's your job to figure out what the signal means. So today I'm breaking down 5 common reasons your leaves might be turning yellow and what you should check before changing everything. First up is the biggest one, and it's too much water. A lot of people see their plant looking unhappy and immediately think it needs more water, but sometimes adding more water is exactly what you don't want to do. When the growing medium stays wet for too long, the roots can struggle to get enough oxygen. That stress can eventually show above the soil through the yellowing leaves, drooping, and slower growth. That's why I don't like watering just because a certain amount of days have passed. Check your plant, feel the weight of the pot, check underneath the surface, pay attention to how quickly it's actually drinking. If that pot still feels heavy from the last watering, giving it more water probably isn't the best answer. But here's where it gets tricky. Not enough water can cause yellowing too. That's why you can't look at one yellow leaf and automatically say you're overwatering. If your medium is extremely dry and the pot feels super light and the plant hasn't been watered in a while, it could be the opposite problem. The goal isn't keeping your plant soaking wet or completely dry. You want a balance where the roots have access to moisture and oxygen. And as your plants get bigger, remember that their watering needs can change. A larger plant can drink significantly faster than it did earlier in its growth. Number 3 is nutrient problems. Plants need multiple nutrients to stay healthy, and yellowing can sometimes be a sign that something is missing or out of balance. But this is where people can accidentally make the problem worse. They see yellow leaves and immediately start adding more nutrients. Don't automatically do that. Look at where the yellow is happening. Is it mostly older leaves towards the bottom? Is the newer growth changing color? Is it one leaf or is it spreading? Those patterns can give you clues, and remember, a nutrient problem doesn't always mean you're simply not feeding enough. The root environment and pH can affect how well plant accesses nutrients that are already there. Diagnose first, then make your adjustment. Number 4 is lighting. Plants obviously need light, but more light isn't automatically better. If your light is extremely tense or positioned too close, upper leaves can start looking stressed, pale, or yellow. On the other hand, insignificant light can also contribute to weak, unhealthy grow over time. So pay attention to where the yellowing is happening. If the leaves closest to the light are showing the most stressed while everything underneath looks healthier, your lighting is something worth checking. Number 5 is something people sometimes overlook because they're focused entirely on the leaves. Sometimes the actual problem is happening around the roots or inside the growing environment. Poor drainage, compacted growing medium, temperatures extreme, or constantly wet roots can eventually cause symptoms above the soil. Temperature, humidity, and airflow can matter too. That's why when I notice the yellowing, I don't just stare at the yellow leaf. I'm looking at the whole plant and the environment. What's the temperature? What's the humidity? How's the airflow? How wet is the growing medium? How does the rest of the plant look? Sometimes that yellow leaf is just the first visible clue. But this is where knowing what stage your plant is in becomes important. Mine are already in the blooming phase. So some yellowing, especially on older leaves, can become a part of a plant naturally aging as it puts more of its resources towards reproduction of the flower development. During later bloom, you'll sometimes see older leaves start fading as mobile nutrients are moved from older tissues and used somewhere else in the plant. So when y'all see some yellow leaves on mine, I'm not automatically panicking and thinking something's wrong. I'm looking where they're yellowing at, how quickly it's happening, and what stage I'm in, and how the rest of the plant looks. So remember, not every yellow leaf means your plant has a serious problem. Sometimes it's telling you something just needs adjusting, and other times, especially later in blooming phase, some fading can simply be a part of the plant's natural life cycle. If you enjoyed the video, make sure you like, subscribe, drop a comment down below on what you want next, and we are out.